Hello, this is Franco Cabral broadcasting from the Honest Liar podcast, a conversation around finding the inner liar within all of us and leveraging the truth to create expansion across all areas of your life. Today's topic is Leave Your Mark. A few weeks ago, I went to an event for a coaching program that I've invested in. And the topic of this entire event was about creating legend in our lives and becoming the heroine of our story. So this was a coaching program geared around basically helping men become better men that are in business, married with children, looking to better their lives and being the best leaders that they can in their life. And this was a new event that I hadn't been to yet, and it was extremely powerful. I got the opportunity to learn a lot of valuable lessons, tactics, strategies that I'm able to implement in my life. And that's not the purpose of today's podcast, but there was a specific evolution that I went through at the very end of the 2-day event that was extremely powerful for me. It impacted me and touched me. And the event was, and I won't give too many details just in case somebody listening to this eventually goes to experience something similar. But the event was all around the mark that we leave on people's heart and the way that people remember us. Legend and legacy is something that is used very often in business and motivational speakers, and a lot of people talk about leaving a legacy. What I used to think about when it comes to legacy was, financial legacy for my children, investments, savings, making sure that I was taking care of them financially beyond me leaving and, the day that I'm gone. And I've been thinking a lot about this concept of legacy and legend as it relates to my children and what is the legacy that I want to leave behind. I started to learn and understand this concept of legacy significantly differently, especially over the last few years. A big part, or the most important part for me, of the legacy I'm leaving behind to my children and then the people around me is the lessons that I've learned along the way and the impact that I've been able to create in people's hearts and in people's lives. So we went through an evolution at the end of this event, and it was about the mark that we've left on each other at the event. And we went around the room. There was a specific process how we created a mark. And again, I don't want to give away the details, but I got the opportunity to stand in front of a group of about 15 powerful men that went through this experience with me, that I saw a lot of power in them, and they all created impact in me. But I got the opportunity to just hear the mark that I had left on them over the last 2 days. And one by one, they all shared the mark that I left on them and how they experienced me and how they will remember me from the last 2 days. And it was an emotional process because so often I get caught up in, what's next and, accomplishing the next target, but I lose sight of the impact that I'm making along the way. And ultimately, that's all that really matters, because someday we're all going to be gone. And all that will be left is the memories that we've created, the story of the legend of who we are. And the story only lives on based on the impact that you make in people's heart. And I was emotional, and I was impacted more by the mark that I was leaving on people's hearts than even the process by which I was creating the impact. And I started to think, how often do we lose sight of the impact that people are making in our lives and the impact that we make in our lives? And I send a daily message of gratitude. It's something that you guys have heard me talk about in the daily game that I choose to play every day. But I started to think about this daily message differently, because this is an opportunity to share with somebody the mark that they're leaving in your life while they're present, and they can receive the gift of that. Because so often we don't actually know the impact that we're leaving until we're gone. And, depending on what you believe in, maybe you have the possibility to look back and see that impact once you're gone. But what a gift is it to just know the impact that you have while you're still here. And that was the gift that I received at this event. And it made me start to think very differently about the way that I share gratitude. Sharing gratitude daily is my opportunity to let people know the mark that they're leaving on my life. And if it fills me up immensely knowing that I have the ability to give that gift to somebody else every single day that I choose to, just by sending a message and letting them know, I love you because, I honor you because, I appreciate you because you've left this impact in my life and I want you to know. Because it's like having a gift that you never give to somebody. I couldn't possibly think of buying presents and not giving it to somebody, because the joy in buying a present is seeing the impact of when they open the present and how they feel about it and their excitement. So if you're thinking about, this message, and hopefully you're thinking about, people in your life that are impacting and leaving a mark on you, I'd have you consider, when was the last time you told them? And that can be a mentor, that could be a coach, that can be a teacher, that could be your significant other, it could be your children, your parents, your family, a friend, whoever it is. Don't take any day for granted, because we never know when is our last day on this earth, and when is the last time that you might have with that person to let them know the mark and the impact that they're leaving in your life. I was given that gift at this event, and it was extremely powerful, both to receive and then also to have the opportunity to give as well, and let people know, the other men that were part of this event, how they impacted my life and the mark that they left on me. Because that mark is forever within me. It's a part of me as long as I choose to remember it. So the marks that we leave are what live on forever. And that is the biggest legend and legacy that we can leave behind. And, that's the mark that we leave on this earth and in other people's minds and hearts. So my ask of you guys listening to this message, this is a short one today, is just to take an opportunity today, as soon as you're done with this podcast, and send a message to somebody that has created a mark in your life, somebody that has impacted you, and maybe you haven't told them in a while, and start the message by saying, I want you to know that you've impacted my life, and this is how. I appreciate, love, and honor you, and this is why. And receive the gift of just putting it out there and letting them know how grateful you are for the impact they've created in your life. Thank you for tuning in to the Honest Liar Podcast, a conversation around finding the inner liar within all of us and leveraging the truth to create expansion across all areas of your life. If you found value in this podcast today, please share with somebody else that you think would find value as well. Also, please rate and review the show, as it helps with spreading light, which is my mission. Thank you. Have an excellent day.